and welcome to the Commit to Change, otherwise known as C2C podcast, that gives a voice to the people who may be considered a small fry in their industry, but are doing big things in their communities. And this is Miss Nikki, the Jane of all trades, but the master of living. I am committed to introducing local VIPs, vivaciously inspiring people, to encourage you on your daily journey, as well as let you know what is possibly happening around in your area. And today we have an awesome, super fragile, don't mess me up, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious guest today.
Well, thank you.
I didn't even say who you were yet.
Oh,
yes. Okay. So Miss
but that
Ayahnna,
long intro,
I know.
That made me feel good.
Yes. Now, I have to be silly. So that's one of my, intros. Anyway, so Miss Ayahnna Hines. Yes. Okay, let me tell you a little bit about Miss Hines, because awesome sauce. Let me just go. Okay. So she is an Army wife, and she is a mom of 2 of girls, 4 and 1. Their names are Avani and Rive. I said it right?
Rive.
Okay. And currently she is representing in Maryland. Yes. Now she is a native of Philadelphia, PA, where she grew up, and she emerged into the world of dance, and she studied, of course, all different genres of dance from age 3 to 18. She graduated from Howard University, where she engaged put more into the dance ministry by doing bassinet dance ensemble. And she emerged through the pre-professional realm of commercial dance and entertainment, where beauty, style, grace, and class is praised. She was also a principal dancer of Grace Dance Theater of Philadelphia. Yes, you are a busy lady. And did I mention to you that she is also a licensed physical therapist assistant? And during the time that she was practicing her therapy, she met her hubby, Mr. Martez, yes, and who obviously is the one that's in the military. And of course, she had to move from different places to follow him. And one of those places was Germany,
which is where we met.
Yes. And of course, continuing in the dance arena. So that's how we met. So that was really cool. And that's why I got to keep touch with her and watch her blossom in her wonderful new experience, which I'm going to talk about next. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to talk about that, because I want to turn that to you, and you tell us. So before I do that, I want to say that right now, her love of her dance background, her dance background helped shape and mold her into who she is today, and her love for all things health, beauty, women empowerment, and artistry. And so I want to turn it onto her so she can give you a little bit more insight on what it is that she's doing right now, and why it is that I thought she would be a perfect fit for the Commit to Change podcast. Take it away, Ayahnna.
Thank you, Nikki.
You're welcome.
So pretty much you've said the gist of it. I was into dance. Dance was my life. Dance is what I knew. Dance is what I breathed. I slept, ate, everything, dance. So when you have that background, when you have that foundation, you are an artist. Like, you are creative. You can do a lot of things with that background. And although academics was a priority in my family, I didn't really thrive as well as I should have at Howard academically. So it came a point where dance was still involved in my life, where I made money being a dance educator, or, then I realized, okay, I want to be a physical therapist assistant. That was encompassing knowing the body with healthcare. So it still was a part of me, just knowing anatomy, dance, whatever. So like you said, moving to Germany, traveling around with my husband, it wasn't as easy as many think to just be like, okay, I'm going to get a job. Okay, I'm going to apply for a job. I'm going to get hired. I'm going to work. You know, you grow up in my life, in my family, you grew up seeing that things were very traditional. You wake up, you catch the bus, you go to work, you catch the train, you go to work, you do your job, you take a lunch break, you come home, you cook dinner, you go to bed. You know, it was very cookie cutter traditional, and you did not really have that type of thing when you travel around different states, different countries. Your husband's not here, not home. You can't do this, you can't do that. He's in another Midwest continent somewhere, you know, ducking under bombs, who knows? So the stresses of everything else is put on you to try to keep a mentally stable, you know, head. And you don't get that normal traditional lifestyle when you're in the military, when you're traveling or whatnot. I was trying to find ways to do my self-care, generate income, you know, by using my artistry, and yet stay sane, and trying to compensate for not having that traditional 9-to-5, you know, background that I grew up with. And that's how I meshed the two and started working from home, selling makeup with Unique Products. Unique Products was interesting. I liked it, you know, it gave me a sense of what being a small business owner, entrepreneur was like, working for myself, hustling, the world of business, selling items, you know, that was all new to me. I'm a healthcare dance girl, like what? So, but I had to learn about makeup. I had to learn about skincare, and I don't know it all. I'm still learning to this day, but as I was learning about it, I realized that there was also there was a portion of artistry in that. And I'm like, this is all just tying together way too weirdly.
Mm-hmm.
So, as I did more research, realized, okay, being a makeup artist, you're expressing yourself through your makeup, through your skills, through your artwork on someone's face, on your own face. So that was that. So I sold Unique for about 3 years, and I won't say I, made $1 million out of it, but I made a nice little coin to support myself, you know, get a little new pair of shoes.
Mama need new shoes.
I told one girl on my team, I was like, yeah, come on and join, you know, you might could pay a bill with your income. And she was like, I will do whatever it takes to help you pay a bill.
Oh.
So like, you know, just it helped, honestly. But then the mission statement behind it also was to empower women. Mm-hmm. There are women out there who, especially in the military, there are spouses out there who have nothing for themselves, going for themselves. So this was like a way to creatively express who you are and motivate and empower people to feel beautiful, you know, through makeup, through beauty, through skincare. Again, more research down the line, I realized, okay, this is a form of self-care. Okay, so to tie all of that in, when we had our second child, I did not manage life as much. We had our second child, and my husband also got injured. So I was taking on a lot, and I did not know how to do that without physical family support or physical support. So when we moved to Florida and all of that happened, new baby, new injury, my friends there supported me a lot. And like, then I realized, okay, like something has to change. Like, you know, like once I had that help, I was able to start focusing back on me. I wasn't happy. Like, it's hard to admit that sometimes, but I wasn't happy. So I was happy with my kids. I was happy with my family, my husband, but I wasn't happy with the waking up, the hustle and bustle, the fight, the cooking, the cleaning. Like, it didn't feel normal. I wasn't depressed.
So what would you say?
I handled it graciously, but I needed a way to care for myself again. So as I'm searching on Facebook, talking in the Facebook chat, there was a girl who posted something, and I was like, oh, let me click on her page. Found out she was a YouTuber. Her name was Brittany. She has a YouTube, really bigger YouTuber for a Black girl, natural hair. So I looked at her YouTube like, oh, okay, girl, you big. So met her, talked to her. She held back no info on telling me how to start.
Wow.
But again, I'm artistic. I'm a big researcher, I've done graphic design in the past. Like, it was easy for me to just jump right in. And I'm one of those people who don't, I don't take baby steps. Like, sometimes I just be like, whoo! So, yeah, I knew what I wanted to do with this YouTube. I'm like, I'm about to tell my story. I'm about to just tell it all. I don't know how I'm going to tie in dance and healthcare and military and parenting and marriage. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to show people and like influence people and let them know and advise people and empower people to know that this is what I did. Maybe it may help you in this aspect and in this way. So I just bought all this equipment, just jumped right in and went right into becoming a YouTuber.
So like, tell the audience exactly what inspired you to make a commitment to change your life. Like, I mean, I know you did brush over it, but I want you to like that one point you were like, yes, I'm changing my life. I'm not doing this regular rigmarole anymore.
A few factors played a part. I have anxiety, like undiagnosed anxiety. I'm a healthcare professional, so I know. So one thing that I knew I wanted to get a handle on was my anxiety. Mm-hmm. And the things that make me spiral out of control is me not being in control of things happening around me, which was the multiple children, the injured husband, not breastfeeding. Like, there were things happening that I'm like, I didn't feel in control. So what made me want to commit to change was making sure that I was healthy. And anxiety can kill you. So, it just can cause heart disease. It can, because you're stressed. So it can cause problems, mental illness. And I am all about prevention. Mm-hmm. So if by any means, if I've ever felt like I got to that point, I would seek help. But I'm also a very holistic person at the same time. So I know, because I'm a healthcare professional, I know ways to just cope or to, therapeutically to help myself. So that's what I kind of looked at. I know the lifestyle that I want to live. My husband and I talk about it all the time. We know that, what we want longevity wise. So some people may be like, well, when you're younger, it's harder for you to be like, oh yeah, I need to think now. Like, I need to change now. So yes, I wish I would have known what I know now in the past, so I could be sitting up on my, my throne right now, my feet up, kicking, eating grapes, but whatever. Life happens. You go through stages, you go through experiences that mold you and shape you. So it is what it is. I am proud of the journey I've been through to get to where I am now, to be able to say, okay, a change needs to happen. I think just being very self-aware, Nikki, is what helped me want to change. Like, okay, I didn't have anybody say, girl, sit down, we need to have an intervention. But I knew that I wanted something more fulfilling. I don't want to always have to leave the home for that. Mm-hmm. I want to travel, but I'm passionate about art. I'm passionate about women, inspiring people, putting your story out there to inspire others. Like, without you having to be famous,
right?
Like, because it's the small fries that most of us can relate to. You hear the big fries stories, but they're big fries. Ugh. Right. Help me out now. We don't have that same, for lack of better words, economic status for me to really be able to relate. So that's how the whole YouTubing came about. And I was like, it just works. Mm-hmm. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still work a 9 to 5.
Well, of course, but I'm assuming eventually you want to supplement your income, right?
Yes,
Of course.
absolutely. I mean, and it's not all about the income, but if this is a stream of it and I could still live comfortably, we were talking about that anxiety and that committing to change, like, let me do this instead. This is what I want. This is truly what I want. And even like when I travel for pleasure, like leisure, just my own personal with my girlfriends, it feels good. So imagine if I was doing that for work.
Right.
Oh my God. You know, and people do it. There are beauty influencers and YouTubers out there that I love. That I swear they're my best friends. I don't even know them. And they do it and when I say small fry about them is they're social media famous. Don't nobody know them, but the other people that follow them on social media.
Right.
I asked my cousin a few months ago, like, you don't know Hillary? She was like, who? I'm like, she's like Oprah of makeup on the internet. Makeup Shayla? Who? Jackie?
I know her.
I'm like, these people are like, girl, you know, and I'm, you know, so those small fry people, but watching them and their work, I'm like, oh my God,
it's inspirational, right?
This is so me. And yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, work is work, but if you're passionate about it, it just feels so different.
It feels so good. Yes.
As I love being a therapist, but I don't like the lifestyle that comes with it. Being as though I have a family and being as though we're always traveling and like people moving. So that is where I'm like, so challenging.
So tell our audience a little bit more about your YouTube channel, what you desire to kind of like what your goal is for the channel, like what you want to get out of it. And then share with us your biggest obstacle that you've had to deal with since deciding to make this, you know, a full-time, well, I mean, obviously a part-time thing or a part of your life, your commitment, and how you overcame it. Sorry.
So, my channel is focused on beauty, lifestyle, and I say hair care. It's more so my children's hair care just because of the trials and tribulation I've been through with them. So I realized that I'm not the only new mom out there with girls that want to help embrace natural hair care and young girls. Like times are so different now when it comes to the hair industry. So as these young girls are young women, we're having babies, we're having girls. Everyone wants to embrace this natural thing. Let me help a sister out on how to care for infant and toddler hair care. The beauty within itself is skincare and makeup. And then the lifestyle is military, being a mom. So I've been trying to tie dance into my YouTube channel. But that I haven't figured that out. So my main goal is to empower, influence, share, educate through those main platforms. And yeah, that's it. And what was the other question? It was about YouTube.
I know I gave you a lot at one time. Your biggest obstacle since you made your decision to commit your life for this change, and how you overcame it.
The biggest obstacle, which I'm still working towards overcoming, is being consistent. Because I am juggling a full-time job because of finances and still doing YouTube on the side on the weekends and at nights. It's very hard to be consistent. In order to do this and to get your name out there and to get people to engage with you, you have to post a lot. Instagram, Twitter, social, that's just the rhythm of social media, to really get you noticed. And I've done well, but I know I can do better. So to tackle that, honestly, which I just read something the other day, I want to start is a digital organizer. I know they're out there, but my written book planner organizer, which is amazing, a content planner, it's collecting dust. So I have thought about doing a digital organizer and hopefully get some like notificational bells on it to let me know you have a video due. And I just need more visual, audio support from my end to remind me, because if I do my time management well, I can create content at the time that I'm supposed to, edit it when I'm supposed to post it up for people to see. I feel like I've done better in like the past 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
They're really good. I mean, I hit 1K followers on Instagram.
Yay!
And I know, like, for our generation, I'm talking about those in the 30s and 40s, 70, 80 babies.
Don't add me into that. I am 26, honey.
When you hear 1K followers, it's like, who cares? But for the newer generation, the millennials, they're like, oh, and I mean, that's by all means nothing, but it's something. I mean, you have a following. People are interested in hearing what you have to say, and they keep coming. More people keep coming. They're interested in maybe seeing just my pictures, just my girls, or just the hairstyles I post, whatever it may be. I gained 1K, and that was last week, and I'm at, I think, 150 now, like 1,050. So within a week, I've gained 50. And it, again, just the obstacle is the consistency to grow. Just that consistency. But planning is definitely the key to it.
Yes. Have you used Later? At least for the Instagram. So you can look that's a posting thing, like to help remind you when it's time to post. And they do, now they have it where they will post your pictures automatically for you. So look into it. It's called Later.
Got it.
Yes. Okay. So who would you say has been your biggest supporter through all this?
That was like the hardest question to answer. Because I have to pick one person?
I mean, if you have multiple, please. I mean, some people don't even have that. So please share the wealth.
My biggest supporter has been my husband.
Oh,
I know. My husband is a behind the scenes guy. And I need that support with the kids. And because of his lifestyle, like sometimes he's the financial person behind it all. So, with being military, there are times where I wasn't working. So it was my husband, my family also, my immediate family. They are huge supporters as well. Like they will repost some of my information. They'll buy stuff from me all the time, even when they don't really need it. Like when I was selling Unique, they'll ask me questions about stuff just to challenge me. Just like, okay, let's see if she knows her stuff. But in terms of like local, always there, always, making sure I eat, making sure the kids is okay so that I can pursue this. Like right now, like, I don't have any little people running over me, shaking the curtain, so it's him, he's the ride or die.
That's awesome. So can you tell me, how do you feel that you are adding to your community? You're killing
I get
me.
this from my great aunts. My great aunts act like this. So anyway, I feel that I am letting women of my age and generation know that it is okay to break free and to be different and to not feel stuck to just one thing.
Yes.
And it's okay. Like, it's okay if that one thing is your thing, then you do your thing. You put it down and you make a name for yourself with that one thing. But if there's people within my generation that aren't happy and they feel like they need to tap into something else, it's okay.
Right.
It's okay. I feel like younger people, newer generations, younger kids, millennials, they have a better advantage of, tapping into all these different areas of life.
Yes.
It's weird. Like I love who I am and the year I was born and where I am, but I would love to be in their shoes just to see and touch and feel all the opportunities that they have, like, you know, social media, and I know I'm probably saying this because I am on social media, but the world is at their fingertips. Like, you can at Beyonce and she might DM you. Like, I couldn't do that for Janet Jackson when I was a young tenderoni dancing.
Yes.
I couldn't do that for Michael Jackson.
Yes.
When we was have fresh knees and fresh hips to pop and lock. Like, so it's those things. Like, I don't want us to get stuck. So I feel as though if there's anything that I can give to show 35 and up is it's okay to be an entrepreneur.
Right.
Later in the game, it's okay to want something different.
Right.
Yes, I think that's been also one of my challenges with this. And that's where I'm kind of channeling it to be an inspiration for others. I felt like people would have looked down on me because I wasn't dancing anymore, or because I'm just not working that 9 to 5, making that $3,000 bi-weekly. I don't care. Like, that's not what matters. Like, I felt it when that shift in my home atmosphere changed. Like, no, this isn't normal. There has to be something better. So, yeah, that's that.
So to bring that in, to bring that home, Miss Ayahnna saying, it's time to make a change.
Yes.
For once in your life. Okay. But you know, it's so sad. It's sad too for the younger generation, because although they have so many opportunities, some of them don't tap into it, and sometimes it's overwhelming. And then trying to fit into the mold, they feel like the regular people feel like, I don't belong here. So that's
good point, because we kind of talked on that earlier.
Yes.
Because of everything going on, you're easily more negatively influenced.
Yes.
Right. Absolutely. Yes. Whereas before it wasn't in your face. So it was out of sight, out of mind. You did your own thing. You made, you became who you were naturally supposed to become without having all of this other external like influence, on your shoulders as a burden almost. So I get it. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
Yes. Because I mean, I feel it as as an older and a wiser adult. I feel a little bit.
I mean, and your children, you have girls who are old, like in that younger generation, but still teens. So they're going through identity.
Yes, but luckily we are over here, so it's not as bad. Because I know it could be worse. And I mean, I'm not saying that it doesn't touch here, but I know that it would have been a lot worse if I was stateside. So, but that's a whole other conversation. It's about you today. Let's talk about you.
Stop it.
So tell me, Hunty, what tips or advice would you give to someone who is sitting on the fence of their field of dreams, who maybe be in that age range that you were talking about, and they're just like, I don't know, Ayahnna, I don't know. What tips do you have for me?
Oh, this is juicy. So this is the one question I didn't think about before. So this is good. So I would say, you know how we're all different learners? Like, some of us are visual. Some of us learn better from reading. I would say tap into whichever way it is that you learn, that you are able to communicate well in. Like, if you like to read and write it out. Find some books that you might want to read that are in conjunction with something you want to do. If you're visual, watch YouTube, or go to an art class, or go to a dance class, or whatever it is you want to do. Go sit in a law class. If you want to go back to law school, go volunteer somewhere. Get that visual feedback, get that audio feedback. Because I think that based on the type of learner that you are, when you tap into that more with whatever it is you're trying to do, whatever it is you're aspiring to be, you'll gain even more passion about it. It'll become a clearer picture to you. Yeah, it just touches differently, neurologically, psychologically.
Mm-hmm.
It'll kind of bring it in for you. Today I had a patient, and his wife is like a department chair at Howard University nursing department, and I was like, I was in nursing. What's her name? So we talked a little bit really quick, and I met her later in the day, and I said to her, I said, I wish I would have volunteered or did like an in-service or, chaperoned a nurse when I was in high school before I made that decision to join your program at Howard University. I said, if I would have tapped into it beforehand, I wouldn't have wasted 3 years at Howard.
Wow.
So, but then here I am afterwards graduating. I became a physical therapy aide. Here I am. I need the visual. I saw the visual. I tapped into it as, it was my job. I said, this is what I want. So to tie that in with your, my tips would be tap into the type of learner that you are and just reach out. Email someone that is in the field that you're in and ask them, hey, this is what I'm interested in doing. Can I come watch? Can I come see? Or just get, hey, how did you start? What is it that I need to do to get this running?
Right.
The other thing is planning. I feel like when you write something down and you plan it out, you need to hit those goals.
Right.
Like it's written on paper. It's not up here anymore. Don't tell nobody because they're gonna steal your idea. So write it out. It's out your head. It's written. Why is there no check mark next to it? It's like when you pay your bills, like you gotta check that off. Gas bill, pay. Let me go observe a makeup class. Like I've been thinking about being an esthetician now as well.
Okay.
I know I'm crazy, but if I'm going to do this,
I feel you.
But if I'm going to do this, I want to do it.
Right.
Do it really, really well. So I was like, oh yeah, I need to go figure out where I could do esthetician school. That's next on my list. So I need to go. And so, just writing it out, tapping into the best way that you learn, figuring that out, and then reaching out in that realm to gain more insight.
Right. Okay. Because if you don't plan, you plan to fail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Speaking of her, that's a whole nother topic. Cardi,
Yes.
listen. I love her, but I found some tea last night that I was not happy about, and it was. Yeah.
We don't have to wait till after the interview.
I know.
Okay, here we go. So lightning round. I gotta get some lightning round music.
Oh my goodness.
So we have 5 questions in a lightning round, and you gotta answer them, short, sweet.
Okay.
Boom, whatever. Okay, here we go. Number 1. What initially held you back from making your commitment to change?
Money?
Is that your answer? Is that your final answer? Is that your question?
That's my final answer.
Okay.
Because I told you when I like to do it. I just jump.
Yeah.
I just go dive into 12 feet. Like, no, girl, you got to take the steps in, you don't need all the ring light in the background and the microphone. You got to work from your phone. And I didn't want to do that. I needed the whole shebang. So
did you read the Steve Harvey book? Is that what it was? The jump.
So yes, I would say if anything, and I know, okay. So let's go back. The commit to change professionally, money. The commit to the changing just personal aspect to get to that professional level. Maybe fear. And I know fear isn't real. But again, I have anxiety. So fear.
Okay.
Just the fear. I'm a very humble person. I'm a people's person. So I don't want people to judge me. I want people to make sure they're reading the real me. Yeah. And to do that, you have to be authentic. And although I don't like to be weak.
Right.
I don't like to show like weakness. So I think fear of truly opening up is kind of what held me back. So I would just be like, oh, I'm just gonna go on YouTube and say it all. But you know, there's a deeper reasoning why, always. So
right. So what is your best advice that you've ever received?
About what?
I think that we're talking today about your in your life, period. What's the best advice you've ever received?
I would say the best advice I've ever received was that you have one life, so live it and live it well.
Yes. Okay, so share a personal habit. Were you about to say more? I'm sorry.
No, cut me off because I'll keep going.
Listen, I said this was lightning round, and we've already okay. We've made this. Okay, share a personal habit that contributes to your success.
Oh my God, being organized. Okay, being anal, it's bad, but it's such a great quality to have. But it's bad sometimes because when you're anxious, you need to calm down. Why are you so anal? You know, but at the same time, I'm laughing because I was late today. But
it's okay.
But at the same time, my organizational skills really just bring the picture on YouTube to life. Like, okay, real quick, story time. So I got my first paid partnership.
Yay! That is so awesome. You should have said that before, not during lightning round.
I forgot. Oh, I'm sorry, Reagan Sinai, but I forgot.
It's
but
good.
When I posted my review of her products, she was like, now that's how you do a review. And I'm like, because I refuse to fail. You know, I'm very organized. I knew what I wanted. I knew how I needed the picture to look for the presenters, for her customers, for future customers, for my following. So, being organized.
That is fantastic.
I'm super anal, but I will wake up at 5 a.m. to make sure like I'm, staying on task.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I know I have to come to you for some things. So what book would you recommend to our audience and why?
I forgot the name of this book I read. Hold on. So I used to be in a book club and I had to fall off because of my lifestyle again. But there was this book we read. By T.D. Jake's daughter, Cora.
Oh, hold on. Because I might have read that book. Hold on, let me look.
Cora, what was it called?
This is why we got Google.
Cora Jakes.
You sure it was, do you say it was Cora or was it
Cora
the other
Jakes
one?
Coleman, yes. Cora Jakes Coleman. Where's her book? Oh man, here it is, books. Okay, so yes.
Bringing purpose back to your life.
It, girl.
Yes.
Bringing purpose back to your life. So
I'm going to look it up now.
We're going to edit all this out.
No, listen, we're bringing it real. That's the problem with people already is they trying to make things perfect. Life is not perfect. And plus that's too much work. You're right. You're right. You know how it is when you got to edit the videos. Girl, please.
So, Faithing It, Bringing Purpose Back to Your Life by Cora Jakes Coleman. Love that book. Love how she told her story about infertility. And although I'm not battling that or never battled it, but just hearing how she got over that and she had to figure out, like a new way to live her true purpose. And I felt like when we was reading this book and we would talk, we all used to have like questions that we would ask each other. And one of the questions was like, do you feel like you're living your true purpose? Like, oh my God. Like, and it put each of us on the spot to be like, no. But it was a good book. It was a good book. It's been a while. I'm going to say it's been like 2 years since we've been doing our book clubbing. But that one book, I felt like made me want to read more
Mm-hmm.
and made me want to tap into finding my purpose. Like, I'm like, ooh, it's amazing how, again, small fry, Cora, got me thinking, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
So,
why would you recommend that to our audience? I see why you love it, but why would you recommend it?
um, okay. I would recommend it because even if you are a religious person or you're not a religious person, she finds a way to will you in to explain the importance of having faith, regardless of what that may be,
Mm-hmm.
and to keep faith through your trials and tribulations.
Mm-hmm.
So although she is a minister or daughter of a bishop, they do tie in religion here and there, but then there's aspects where they don't. So no matter of your faith, your background, you know, who you claim, what denomination you are, I liked how she made you think about, you know, having faith when you're down,
Right.
which I think helped with my commit to change. Like, because I'm not religious, but I read that book. But I remember, you know what I mean? Like, just whatever it is you believe in or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
how you got to have faith somewhere.
Right.
You got to have some type of spirit to lift you up. So I would recommend it because I just like how she tied it all in. And it wasn't just cookie cutter psychological stuff. It was
Right.
spiritual, it was psychological, it was infertility, like, you know, and it was a big issue, you know, with her and her husband dealt with. And
Wow.
oh yeah.
So I'm tapping into that book because I don't know if you've read Soar. I've done Soar by TD, and then his
Okay.
other daughter wrote a book. So I read hers and her husband because her husband, them two as a team. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, you just
Wait, there's
now you
another
got me
one.
another
I got
one.
one more. This is
Oh,
kind of
okay,
odd too. Gabrielle Union's book.
okay, yes,
Growing up, you watch her on TV and you're like, okay, you know, this little snooty woman. But Gabrielle Union, honey,
let me
she,
keep
I
talking.
recommend her book because it, you know, you know, when you have friends, you think that, you know, you're going to have different friends. You guys are different personalities, things like that. But like when you read Gabrielle Union's book, it's things that she says that you would not expect about her past.
Yeah, we're going
About,
to need
you
more
know,
wine. So to the listeners, that's her book title.
what is it again?
We are going to need more wine.
And that's how I felt. Like, oh, this is good. Because you don't expect it. You know, you're like, Gabrielle Union did that? Girl. And okay, so why do I recommend that? It opens your eyes to a different aspect of life. You sit and you may judge or think, oh, you know that person based off what you see on TV or based off what you hear, but then you have someone telling a story about themselves and you just wouldn't expect it. So it
Right.
kind of opens up your eyes, it opens up your heart to know,
Mm.
like, you know, get to know someone first before you judge.
Right. Right.
Yeah, because it's a lot. Her book
Yes.
went, ooh.
Well, that's number 2 on my list. So thank you very much. So
You're
now
welcome.
tell me, if you found out that you had 1 hour left to live and you were given the opportunity to share one final message, what would it be?
Spread your wings and prepare to fly. I would just start singing Black Butterfly. I really would. Like, I don't have anything more to say. It's one of those things where I would just be like, take every opportunity you have in life and grasp onto it and spread your wings and soar with it and go above and beyond because you only have one life to live. I'm out. Like that's it. That is truly it. And as much as I hold back at times with my own fear, if I can at least encourage somebody not to, for whatever reasons I may put out there in the world, then I feel fulfilled. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, I know me. I know what I need to work on to do better. But if I can at least encourage the next person, girl, go. Like, I used to teach dance, and I would tell all my students, like, you are so good. You are going to be great. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. You need to do this. You need to, and it, like, just that motivational speaker to them, knowing darn well I used to be in their shoes and could do it too. But my own little fears used to stop me. But that's okay. Nobody needs to really know that yet. You know, like, but as long as I know. So yes, that's my spiel. Just take advantage of it. I mean, I see where I didn't take advantage of all of these different things that was thrown at me. So I want to make sure people know, like, those are signs. Yeah. Those are signs. You need to just go after it, do it. Yeah. And I'm not talking about money, career. It could be anything. Yes. It could be anything. Like this podcast. Nikki's like, hey, I really want you to. Hey, I would have been like, well, the kids have church on Tuesday and Sunday. No, like, take advantage. Yes, I'm going to do this because who knows who's listening to this podcast. My number is 267.
Well, you know what? Since you brought that up about how to reach you, let our audience know how they can find out more about you and what you are doing.
Oh, well, if you would love to reach out to me, I am on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook at Divinely Ayahnna. That's DIVINELY Ayahnna, AYAHNNA. So YouTube /C/Divinely Ayahnna, Twitter, Divinely Ayahnna, Facebook, Divinely Ayahnna, and also via email, divinelyayahnna@gmail.com.
And of course, that will be listed in our description for today's podcast. So I just want to say thank you so much, Miss Hines, Miss Ayahnna, Miss Divinely Ayahnna. You are going to go down in history so far on the Committed to page. Don't say thank you yet, because I'm about to tell you, for having the longest lightning round in C2C history.
Oh my goodness. That's because I'm long-winded. There's a reason why I was called to do YouTube. But then I'd be mad when it be time to edit videos.
I know you are.
What are you talking about?
That is too funny. So, but anyway, I loved it. It was great information. So it's okay. Share. That's all that matters. So to the audience, that is a wrap. Again, thank you, Miss Ayahnna. I called you Ayahnna.
Hey. That's an honor.
I want her as a guest too. Okay, Miss Ayahnna, thank you very much for being a VIP guest on the C2C podcast. And thank you to all of our listeners for tuning in. We hope you feel inspired to keep moving forward towards your goals and stick with or make it a commitment to change your own life. And please make sure to check out the links provided by our guests and share today's podcast and information with anyone you feel may benefit from it. And remember, in order to get to the top of the steps, you have to take the first step. Just don't step on anyone on the way, because you just might trip. This is Miss Nikki. Till next time.